Well, oh my God. I don't think I've ever been on top of a story as quick as this happened just now. I mean, absolutely bonkers. And I'm excited to be one of the first ones to kind of bring it to you guys. So, welcome to another episode of Culture Shock. Sorry. Wow, where'd that come from? Welcome to another episode of Culture Shock, the show where Candace Owens be dropping facts like it's no tomorrow. Oh my God. Uh, Candace Owens is probably one of the greatest people ever to walk the earth. I mean, she's smart, she's intelligent, she knows what she's talking about, and I mean, she's kind of attractive. I'm not gonna lie. She speaks truth. She doesn't care about anybody's feelings that she hurts because facts don't care about your feelings. And I hate to say that, but it's true. I think if a lot more people in 2020 right now looked at more facts, half of the country wouldn't be on fire. And that's just a fact in my opinion, in my humble opinion. But before we get started, guys, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Please like and share this video because Candace Owens deserves a bigger audience than what she has now. And the hate that goes towards this woman is unbelievable. I mean, you guys are asking for more people of color to be in more political positions, but when Candace Owens is that person, you guys shun her and just call her all sorts of just nasty names because she has a difference of opinion from you. And that's completely disgusting, to say the least. I can't even begin to fathom that. But yeah, so before we get started, guys, my podcast is live too. So if you're listening to this on YouTube, you can go to my podcast and listen to it there. Vice versa, if you're listening on my podcast, you can go and catch this on my YouTube channel. I just did my first ever Sunday talk with my boy Andy G. We talked about entrepreneurism, a lot of other fun stuff that we kind of got into. I'm not going to really get into it here because I don't really have my train of thought. I'm so wrapped up on this whole situation with Candace Owens, so I'm just going to jump into the video. But go ahead, check out my Sunday Talk with Andy G. It was great. We had fun, so I hope you guys do like that. Next week, we'll have another special guest on the show. So, in news tonight, Candace Owens is shooting back at Cardi B. Now, if you don't know who Candace Owens is, she's a really big conservative black woman. I mean, you can't really get any more specific than that. And people hate her because she's a black woman who's dropping all sorts of facts against Democrats. And a lot of the stuff that she's talking about Democrats are a lot of the stuff that I've already said. So if you haven't watched my last video, the true face of the Democratic Party, go check that out, because a lot of what she's saying is a lot of what I kind of researched and discovered on my own. But she was one of the first black people I actually listened to around 2016 when Trump got elected. And the first thing that ran through my mind was, wait, this is a black woman who's supporting Trump. I thought black people were supposed to hate Trump. What is she really saying? And it wasn't until I started actually listening to what she was saying that everything began to kind of shift for me. So I started researching all the claims she was making, and a lot of it actually checked out. And that's what kind of started my journey from the left to the right. And ever since then, I've been more of a voice for the right because I think the people need to know the truth about the Democratic Party. But you get people like Cardi B, and I'm not a fan of her music. I really don't care much for her. I don't even understand what half the shit she's saying. I really don't understand. But when a vice president who's running for president sits down with a rapper who drugged men and took their money for an interview, it kind of has you scratching your head like, why? You're ignoring all these other media outlets. Like, you haven't even really done an interview with CNN, let alone Fox News, but you're going to sit down with Cardi B and have an interview with her? That doesn't make any sense. Cardi B has no political advantages at all. She doesn't even know politics at all. Like, period. The whole interview was her telling Joe Biden what she wanted. Free college, free healthcare. She wanted black people to stop being killed. Listen, you can put in laws however much you want. Saying that you don't want black people to be killed is not going to stop black people from being killed. Mainly because black people are being killed by other black people, not by police, despite what the media is telling you. And the numbers back that up. So Cardi B had this whole interview with Joe Biden, and it was just a complete and absolute shit show. A why is a presidential candidate sitting down with a rapper who used to strip and drug men and stole their money? Why is this happening? That's just because you have a #1 song about your wet ass pussy doesn't make you qualified to talk about politics at all, period. So Candace Owens was on the Ben Shapiro Sunday special today, and I've actually been waiting for this to go down since I started listening to more conservative podcasts. And it went down today. Excuse me. It went down today, and she did not disappoint. And I knew they were going to get into the whole Cardi B thing. I just knew it, and I was sitting there waiting for it, and it did happen. And Cardi B had some really strong words, but again, I'm not gonna go into what she said because I don't understand what she's saying. I really don't, and I might be just a little bit deaf, but I really don't. I can't understand a word that comes out of that woman's mouth. So, anyways, Candace Owens probably, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes before shooting this video, kind of had her response. And I'm going to post it at the end of this video so you guys can go and listen to it for yourself. But what she says in this video is absolutely right. Cardi B is not qualified to be in politics. So she's not. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's ignorant of all the facts that come with it. The only reason why Joe Biden had you interview him is because he knows that you're an idiot. Period. He knows that you're not going to ask the tough questions that he knows he can't answer. That's a fact. Why do you think he hasn't even gone on just more left-wing biased media shows like MSNBC or CNN or not even going to go talk with Trevor Noah? I mean, I know that the Daily Show used to have presidential candidates on their show all the time, but I mean, this is your guy. This is Joe Biden. He's running for the Democratic Party in the next election. And you mean this guy has not done not one interview? He hasn't done interviews for a reason, because this dude is not all there. He's not all there. So you're going to bring on somebody who has no knowledge of politics to not even ask the real pressing questions that need to be asked of a presidential candidate. And this is what happens. You look stupid. She looked stupid. Joe Biden always looks stupid, but this is just to a whole new level when it comes to these kinds of things. And it's astounding that people take Cardi B's, I guess, political knowledge, if you want to call it that, seriously. Like, celebrities should not be involved in politics unless you're getting more of an objective source. And Candace Owens kind of said that in her response to Charlamagne the God. Yeah, Charlamagne the God interviews left-wing politics, but he also brings on other right-wing Republicans too, like Tim Scott. Like, he's on the show. He was interviewed. He gets a two-faced, not two-faced, I guess he gets opinions from both sides. And that's how politics should be. It shouldn't be just, I'm just going to listen to one side. No, you need to listen to both sides. There are some Democrats that I actually like Tulsi Gabbard. I loved it when she fucking decimated Kamala Harris during her primary elections. That shit was phenomenal. I could listen to that all day. And other Democrats who don't come to mind at the moment, but I mean, they don't come to mind because they've just been so radical lately. They've just been so out of control and just doing anything to get Trump out of office that a lot of people are starting to back away from it. And Candace Owens kind of dropped the bomb on Cardi B, and it was just freaking phenomenal. I can't even, man, this woman, if she ever decides to run for president, she has my vote. In fact, I will run her entire campaign. Let's do it. Come on, Candace. If you're watching Candace Owens right now, if you run for president in 2024, I will run your entire campaign. Just give me a call. You can find me on Twitter, slapping SJWs around all day. Let's do it. Let's do it. So I'm going to play the video for you. I'm not going to take up most of your time, but check it out. Let me know what you think about her words and what she said, because she said some pretty enlightening stuff. And Cardi B didn't take it too well. And like I said, I'm not going to post that video in this video because I don't understand what Cardi B's saying. But you can look it up on Cardi B's Instagram. It's there. I think it's in like 2 parts because she was really mad. But Candace Owens said something. Look, you're in Candace Owens' playing ground. Politics is Candace Owens' playground. Now, if she decided to come out and do a rap battle, then I'm pretty sure you can mop the floor with Candace Owens Cardi. I'm pretty sure. But when you're dealing with politics, even me, I would destroy you in any kind of debate, period. Candace Owens, she would just snap you out of existence like Thanos when it comes to politics. So don't, just suck it up, dry your tears, and enjoy your Labor Day. That's all I can tell you. Okay, that's all I can tell you. All right, you guys. Without further ado, here's Candace Owens. Please enjoy and tell me what you think about it. I will see you guys next time on Culture Shock. And remember, listen to that podcast. I will see you guys later. Bye.
Oh, what is up, Instagram? I'm going live on Instagram. This is the second time I've ever gone live on Instagram, but I just felt like I really wanted to clear the air on this Cardi B nonsense. So first and foremost, Cardi, I watched your story and it sounds very funny. First off, I'm saying it's funny because it's just ridiculous to me that you even take anything that I said as offensive when I'm telling you the truth. And I think if anything, you're only upset because people are telling you on Twitter that you got dragged, because you did get dragged, because you are uneducated when it comes to politics. That's first things first. I was not, I'm sure Ben Shapiro was not, we were not meaning to attack you. We're just simply telling the truth, which is the fact that Joe Biden did not spend the whole year in his basement to come up because he's a big Cardi B fan and sit down with you. He thinks you're an idiot. And I just am encouraging you to stop proving him right when you say ridiculous things like, I had to sit down with Joe Biden because my sister got attacked by a Trump supporter, Santa Claus, making it seem like Trump supporters are homophobic. A little education for you, Cardi B. Donald J. Trump is the first president that's ever gone into office in support of gay marriage. So, those 8 years that your presidential candidate Joe Biden spent as the vice president with Obama, they didn't support gay marriage going into office. Obama changed his tune on gay marriage in his second term. So the whole idea of Trump being a homophobe is a bit pointedly ridiculous and shows how uneducated you are. Then you came and you were talking about raising your taxes when you were on talking to Joe Biden, saying that you want your taxes lowered, but at the same time you want universal health care. That's ignorant and it's stupid. And Joe Biden knows it's ignorant and stupid. Even all the people that want free healthcare and universal healthcare acknowledge that tax rates have to be astronomical to be able to support that. So you're talking about a 74% tax rate. You continually keep saying you have a number one song. It means shit. Nobody cares about a song about your wet ass pussy. Excuse my language for my followers. Being number one. I have a number one song in the UK. I have a number one song in Australia. I have a number one song in New Zealand. That has nothing to do with Black America and whether or not you are helping or hurting. Right now, you are hurting Black America. Okay? When you stand on a platform and you pretend to care about Black men, when you ask Joe Biden, what are we going to do about these Black men dying? He should have asked you back, what are Black men going to do about Black men dying? Because 94% of Black men are killed by other Black men. Okay? We don't have an issue with police officers. In fact, if you go into those inner cities and you go into those projects, they need more policing. So you're a fraud. You're sitting here saying, making it seem like you're afraid of police officers. Are you afraid of your husband? You're more likely to be killed by your husband, way more likely to be killed by your husband than you are by a police officer. And you know that, right? You know that Black men kill more white men. You know that police officers are killed by Black men 18 and a half times more, right? So don't use your platform and 75 million people to make it seem like police officers are the issue. You're uneducated. I mean, that is just what it is. You are uneducated. And I don't have a problem, by the way, with musicians and rappers and hip hop artists dabbling in politics if they're sincere. What I mean by that is, are you talking to people on both sides? Are you trying to actually get an informed understanding, or are you just being a mouthpiece for one party? Charlamagne the God has multiple people on his platform. He's talked to Republicans. He's friends with Senator Tim Scott, talks to him. He's a Trump supporter. He's had presidential candidates on his show, on The Breakfast Club. But he asks serious questions. He doesn't sit down with Joe Biden and say, oh, grr. In fact, Joe Biden wasn't comfortable when Charlamagne the God was sitting down and speaking to him because Charlamagne the God was asking so many difficult questions. He wasn't just giving him a Santa Claus list like you are. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, and none of it makes sense. If you're serious about politics, if you're serious about trying to use your platform for good, then you need to educate yourself. That's literally all anybody is saying to you, is that you need to actually educate yourself and do the work. By the way, I'm not in your zone, you're in mine. Okay, so I get tired of your commenters and your fans saying, oh, she's clout chasing. I'd be clout chasing if I was challenging you to a rap battle. I'm not doing that. You're in my area. You're in politics. You're embarrassed because you realize you know nothing about anything when you're on Twitter. You actually told a lie just now to all of your followers. You said, oh, you said Trump told people to drink bleach. He never did that. Then you said Trump laughs when black men get shot by police officers. How do you just put out a lie like that? How do you consider yourself to be a serious person when you just outwardly lied to all of your followers? You know he's never laughed at a black man dying at police officers' hands. You know that for a fact. You can't pull a clip. Not even CNN, with all of their bullshit and lies, has ever claimed that Donald Trump laughs when black men die at police officers. But you told that lie in a tweet. Why did you tell that lie? Because you're a fraud. So I'm calling you out on being a political fraud. You pretend you want to help. You don't. You don't. You don't know why you're a Democrat. You have no idea why you hate Republicans. You have no idea why you're on the side of the party that enslaved black people, that segregated black people, and standing behind a man that supported segregation. Joe Biden supported segregation. He said it's what black people wanted. So let's just recap all of that. You're concerned about homophobia. For the 8 years that Joe Biden was in office, him and Obama didn't support gay marriage until the second term, but not when he was running for the second term. They didn't support gay marriage going into that office. You claim that you're concerned about racism and dying black men, yet you want to defund police officers. That makes entirely no sense. You cannot defund the people that are actually protecting black people. Black people need more policing in their neighborhoods, not less of it. And by the way, in those neighborhoods, there are black police officers that are dying because it tends to be that police officers look like the neighborhoods that they're policing. So you are actually standing on a platform for more black men to die, for taxes to be raised, right? For a man that has a very atrocious race record to be put into office, who looked at you the entire time like he was confused when you were talking because he knew that you were nothing but a puppet for him to be able to get a platform. That's it. You're a puppet. They use you. Okay? And you want to sit here and talk about Trump using me, or like, what do you talk about? Using me for what? I don't work for the RNC. I don't get paid by the Trump campaign. I say what I believe. You don't know what to do when you're looking at a black woman that's free. That's what your problem is. I am telling you who I support, and I'm educated. And I'm challenging you to become educated. I'm challenging you to sit down with black conservatives, okay, and have a meaningful conversation and a dialogue about what you actually want, and to actually try to understand the economics behind what you want, and to try to understand why it is you're actually supporting a man that does not care about black lives and never has, and has been in office for decades and hasn't changed anything, and you're blaming Trump? It makes no sense. You hate Trump because they told you to hate Trump. You gave me no valid reasons for hating Trump. Not a single one, not even one valid reason for why you hate Trump. You just think you're supposed to because you're a puppet. That's what happens when you get big. Look, Cardi, I enjoyed you a lot on Love and Hip Hop. I thought you were hilarious. Second I first saw you on TV, I said to my cousin, she's going to be a star because she has that it factor. She's very funny, you know, she's confident, and she says ridiculous things. I think you belong on TV. I don't believe you belong in the realm of politics unless you're willing to get serious about it. In conclusion, tonight I was just signing books, and I'm going to send you one because you need one. You need to learn. You need to black out. You need to Blexit. You need to learn about the real history of the Democrat Party. See that subtitle? How Black America can make its second escape from a Democrat plantation. You want to know why it says second, Cardi, and not first? Because we were enslaved by Democrats, not Republicans. Okay? We were enslaved by Democrats, not Republicans. So I'm going to sign you a copy. Get in touch with my agent and get in touch with your agent. I'm going to send it to your house. Okay? How's that for WAP? Okay? Bye.